What it is, y'all, is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Danmachi. Now, we haven't done this in quite a bit of time, but every first of the month we used to drop this video where we talk about basically the shop resets and all that stuff, and with the daily multis just chilling right now, I think there's no better time than now to discuss why some of your 2 and 3 stars that you get here might not be such a bad thing. If you're getting completely shafted on this, you might not really understand you're actually in for a treat. So if you guys have a daily multi or whatever you want to do with me, go ahead and get that going right now. Pull it up and we'll kind of do this together, and then I'll kind of show you guys why your 2 and 3 stars are exceptionally important in this game. But pause the video to do whatever you got to do. Let's get into it, okay? Now, we're going to hit gotcha. And let's go. Okay? No rainbow door. And as much as I would normally be pretty upset about that, that's okay. We got a 3-star. That's perfect. 2-star. Another 2-star. And another 2-star. I think this is going to be a cycle. We're going to get a lot of 2-stars up in this beast. More 3-stars would be better than 2-stars, but it looks like this is going to be just 2 3-stars. This is like not the worst possible scenario, but it is not a great scenario either. So there we go. 2 3-stars and the rest were 2-stars. Would obviously prefer more 3-stars, but that is okay. Because check this out. If we go up here to the top, go to inventory, okay? And you go to bond. This is going to list every single 2, 3, and 4-star that you have in the game right now. Now you will notice I am pretty low on bonds altogether, because at the end of last month I sold off every 2 and every single 3-star bond I had to try to buy up the shops. What do I mean by that? Well, first things first, let's actually talk about how to sell the bonds. You'll see over there above Battle Princess Eyes, there's a little button that says sell multiple. Now you can come over here. You can select 2 stars, you can select 3 stars, you can even select 4 stars, but you will notice the select all button goes away, or sell all button goes away, and you can only now sell surplus. The game is smart enough, it'll actually be able to tell how many bonds of each and every single character you need in order to max the units that you have. So in the current circumstance that I've got, let's just see what I've got here in surplus. Probably not many. And the answer is not many. But I do have a 4-star actually, surplus 4-star. So you'll see over here I got about 50 Serios and actually a little more than 50 Serios and 10 Dole. Serios being the white gems, Dolb being the black gems. Actually, it's like Ceros or whatever, but I've been mispronouncing it for 4 years now. I'm not going to change my ignorant ways. But 2 of the white gems, what, like 100 of the white gems and 10 of the black gems. And the white gems basically the ones you get for the 2, 3, and 4 stars. The black gems only come from 4 stars. So let's go ahead and accept that. And kind of go back in here and show you like a specific situation where if we just sell 1 or 2, what we get. So I've got, let's just say 2 bonds here of Oka. Okay, if I click sell right, let's go back over here. Down there at the bottom, there's a sell button where I can individually sell bonds. And if I just, click this little plus button here, add a bond, let's see what we get. Boom. We got, just a few zeros. So it's like 2 zeros or something like that. It's not like really the greatest thing in history. But we can hit max. It'll sell every single bond that I've got. Click the sell button. We're good to go. Now, under most circumstances, you would really only want to sell any of your surplus bonds. You wouldn't want to sell all. I will at the moment for one very good reason. But understand that every bond you've got here is worth about 10 Iris. That's right. Every single bond is worth about 10 free-to-play Iris. How does that work? Well, the long and the short of it, maybe I can just kind of show you here. Okay, so if I go over here to Guild, and I'm going to clear out this right here. Well, actually, that's perfect. See where it says limit break right there? Every limit break, even on a 2, 3, or 4-star, is basically going to culminate in about 10-ish Iris. So let's actually go back here, and I'll show you. If we go over here, go to Enhance Level Status, and I'm going to sort this by 2 stars. Let's just do a 2-star here. And who do I have a bond of? Loki. I don't know if I have a bond of Loki. I do not. Let's see if we can find one that's level 60 or so that we do have a bond of. Actually, let's see. Misha? Misha might have a bond of. I do not. Easiest way actually would probably be to go back over there and see. So Hestia, we do have a bond of. So I can rank her up. And this actually brings up another really valid point. When you rank up to level 60, you get 10 more. I'm going to go ahead and sell all of this and upgrade her to level 60. That is going to get me a certain amount of Iris, and I'll show you that as well. But where does she go? Where's that 2-star? There she is. So if I go here to status board and I go to limit break, use bond, that is going to net me right there 10 more Iris. So let's just go see for those little tiny moves that we made, how much Iris we accrued. Okay, if I go back here to the main page, go to guild, go to total. So for upgrade to level 60, this is my 511th unit to level 60, I got 10 Iris. For the rank up to level 6, I got 10 more Iris, so that's 20 Iris. And for the limit break, I got 10 more Iris. That's about 30 total Iris we got right there for that moment. Literally just a few seconds worth of work. All said and done, maxing a unit nets you about 80 Iris, give or take. There are some exceptions to that, but it only goes up. It does not go down. By and large, the least you'll get from maxing out a unit is 80 Iris. Now, to be fair, one thing I will show you when you go back in here, you will notice that very few of my 2 and 3 stars are level 80. Most are level 76. And there's a very good reason for this. You do not want to take any of your 2 or 3 stars up to level 80 for one exceptionally good reason. And this is the biggest pitfall in the game when it comes to maxing units out. Okay, if you'll notice, in your dailies, you always have a little thing that says upgrade level or status board. So if I go over here to this Lily, this level 76, I can literally just add 1 there. Just 1, and that counts as a level or a status board. If I actually level 80 all my 2s and all my 3 stars, then I can't do that. I have nothing that I can use for my daily grind. So you notice that all of my units, they might be +5, but they're only level 76. That way, every single solitary day, I have somebody I can come in here and level up to get my daily Iris. That is the biggest caveat to this. If you max these units out, if you take them up to level 80, you lose that capability. That means you've got to draw a new 4-star or have somebody that you can upgrade every single day. And if you max all these units out, I've seen so many people that do it. See all these level 80s? Big mistakes I made early on in the game, and that could have cost me had I not realized what I was doing. So you do want to be extremely, and I mean extremely cautious about that. Taking you from level 76 to level 80, that's you absolutely nothing. Only doing the limit break, getting them to level 76, nets you the 10 Iris. So I've gained nothing by taking, by taking Raoul here from level 76 where Oka is up to this. So the 2 Okas I have over there, the level 80 and the level 76, there's no Iris difference between the 2 of them. That's one thing you do want to be aware of. Now, getting back to why I personally sold all of mine. Because if we go down here to the shops and we go to the Ceros and Dolb exchange, you will note that there are things I could buy in here. You can actually buy Prism Bonds. One of my big goals is to try to take out as many of these Prism Bonds as I can every month. I don't tend to do it every single month, but I get pretty darn close. Now, you could also buy 4-star tickets. I think that's exceptionally bad value for your investment. I would say do the Prism Bonds and wait for the following month. But Hero Lights are a good investment, but you're only going to get those from the Black Gems, from the Dolb. So I've got 10 now, so I could buy some Hero Lights, but I'm safe. I'm going to wait and see if by the end of the month I can afford some Prism Bonds. No doubt we'll probably get some 4-stars that I absolutely cannot use, or even some 4-stars that are so old that I have no need to update them. We'll get to that in a moment. But for now, if I actually go further down here, you'll see things become worth Ceros, the white gems. And you can buy 2 and 3-star tickets. I highly recommend that. That's about 600 Ceros by itself. And that is worth because those can turn into 4-star units. And if you buy these out, we're going to get a general pool update. Remember, tickets are good for about 30 days. So where the general pool update that's happening, I'm guessing on the 18th, then you can actually go in here, buy them, and then start doing some 4-star hunting with them. It's a genuinely pretty good value. But the number one thing, if you're looking just to farm Iris, are these dungeon cakes, dungeon sandwiches, books of nobility, books of knowledge. All of these are CP items. And remember, those are the unit upgrades. How does this net you Iris? Well, it's very, very, very simple. If we go down here to character, go to character list. And this is why whenever you hear me look at a new banner and go, these characters are worth getting because they're fresh CP. Notice the number up here at the top. I don't even know what number this is anymore. 145. There's 145 unique characters in the game. That means here I have Haruhime as my highest level unit. Every single Haruhime character in the game feeds off of those Haruhime numbers. So her CP level is 49 here. And all the boosts she gets will apply to every single Haruhime. I'll talk about that more in a moment. But as far as farming Iris goes, let's just talk about Haruhime, because she's probably net me the most Iris of anybody. If I go to CP reward list, you will notice that CP level 2 is added 10 agility. Remember that's for every single Haruhime. Level 3 got me 5 Iris. Level 5 got me 5 Iris. Level 7 got me 5 Iris. So on and so forth. And after about level 12, I think, or 13, was it? Level 16. At level 16, it levels up and becomes 10 Iris. So every single level, or every other level, I should say, from that point on is going to net me about 10 Iris. And for every 5 units that you level up, you actually get 10 more Iris in the guild. So let's just do an example here. And I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom for my low-level units. I should have some that are pretty close to level 1. In fact, I've got a lot of units at level 1. So let's just grab Ridari here, just because of reasons. Okay, if I go to offer present, you will notice Dungeon Sandwich has a little heart next to him. That means he prefers dungeon sandwiches. You'll find most units prefer dungeon sandwiches. Single flowers and big bouquets are probably second, and books of knowledge are way behind both of them. But most characters are going to want dungeon sandwiches or single flowers. There's a few that do books of knowledge, but by and large, those two are in much, much, much higher demand. It is not even by a long margin. But neither here nor there. You see that little heart next to him. Notice it says CP 200. Single flowers will say CP 100. Anything that has that little heart, that is what item that unit prefers. So like Ridari here wants dungeon sandwiches. I'm willing to bet Revis is the same. Let's go to offer present. Yeah, she's dungeon sandwiches as well. Talvia is probably going to be, I'm going to say bouquets. Oh, no, books of knowledge. So notice that little heart now is on books of knowledge for her. For her, books of knowledge are worth 200 CP. So what does that really mean? Well, she's level 1, so let's just feed her one book. That gives her 200 CP, and let's see where she goes from there. So she's already level 4. That's going to give us 10 agility, 5 iris, and 8 dex. And I could actually feed her quite a bit more and level her up. But notice that was just one book. Now, the downside is, as you level up here, you see a ton of my units are in the low 20s and early 30s as far as things go. But when we get up here to, let's say for the sake of argument, Haruhime, who just leveled up to 49, getting her to the next level, let's go to CP reward list. At the very top, it'll tell you what you need to get to the next level. And for her, next level is 8,700. Now, because she prefers books of knowledge, 8,700 is a ton of those books. Though, if I go down here, books of nobility are a larger item. They literally are double the amount of CP. So it's 400 CP per unit. So actually, I could use books of nobility and level her up. But to be fair, right now, level 50 is the top level. And there's really no rush for me to get there. I use Haruhime on every team. That is one thing you do want to make note of here. Units that you use on the regular actually level up on their own. They don't need these items. But it does help. It gives them a big boost. And as I said, you can come in here and you can farm Iris pretty quickly. Now, you'll notice that my line here is blue. If I go back out to the main page and I click this little refresh button up here at the top, I'm now in Leafia. And if I go into my character list, Haruhime is no longer level 49. She's now level 42. And I actually could level her up, not that I'm planning to at the moment, but I could if I wanted to. Or if I go down here to the bottom, I've got a bunch of units that are probably still level 1. I do. Revis and Gross are both still level 1, so I could level them up. So just for the sake of argument, let me level up Revis. So she's going to want dungeon sandwiches. I'm sure Gross is the same way. And just because I want to see where this goes, I'm going to give her 99 of them. It's not going to hurt my numbers. It's only going to give her 19,000 CP. For the record, that's almost double what Haruhime needed to go 1 level. So let's see what Revis got. 24. She went up 24 levels. About 12 levels, give or take. It's actually, like I said, it grows exponentially. In fact, for Revis to get to her next level right now would be about 1,400. Whereas remember before it was like 200 got her several levels. Now 1,400 is for 1 level, and with Haruhime 8,000 is for 1 level. But neither here nor there. You get the basic concept. 99 of those bad boys. We would need 50 of them to level up Haruhime, and 50 of them here would have probably gotten her to like level 17, 18 or something like that. I'd have to actually do the math on that, but it would have gotten her only so far. Now, because of that, let's do some math here. We got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 Iris. So for that little tiny move there, I got just as much Iris as I would have gotten had I gotten her to level 76, max limit broken. So that's why when I go in sometimes, and people get mad at me when I do this, but for me right now in the game, some of those level 1 units pay out so much. It's even said 120 Iris up there. Some of these units early on level, they equate to so much Iris, it's worth me actually selling all of my 2 and 3 star bonds, getting CP items, and maxing out my units. And I know I've got a ton of CP items, but follow me here. Let's say for the sake of argument, I wasn't lazy, and I wasn't sitting out a bunch of CP items, and let's say I was hungry and I needed some CP items. I could click select all, sell all my 2 stars, sell all my 3 stars. Can't sell all my 4 stars, but that netted me about 200 Sirios, and I can actually go back out into the shop and spend that. So that is how you can use your 2 and 3 star units to farm easy free-to-play Iris. Like, so easy. If I go here into guild, let's just see how much we got here. Just in this panel alone. So we got level 22, she got 120. So remember, this is my 120th unit on Leafia's CP board at level 22. So for every 5 units you get, so the next one, when I get my 125th unit at level 22, it'll give me 10 more Iris. So remember, I just netted 80 Iris. That gives me now 90 Iris. Just for those moves, 90 Iris. And if I level up a few more units, I actually would get even more of that. For every, like I said, for every 5 units at each level, I'm going to get a significant amount of Iris. I mean, I say 10, I say significant. I get 10 Iris, but if I level, let's just say she's at level 24. Let's see how many units I have that are quite at level 24. So character list. Let's go down here. So we're at level 31, 28. Okay. 24. There we go. So I've got quite a few units at level 24 to be fair. Let's count how many units I have that are below level 24. Okay. So starting here. So I've got Aaron from the Attack on Titan crossover with Armin and Priestess. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Case in point, right there, 20, that would have been 40 Iris. Instantly, just for leveling them up, not including the Iris I would have gotten from their levels. So as you can see, it counts. It levels up. I mean, the amount of Iris you can get in here is pretty substantial. And the best part is, since there's 3 boards, there's the Bell board, the Eyes board, and the Leafia board, all of them you can farm. There's a maximum of 150 Iris per unit per board. That means every unit, 145 units, each have the maximum potential of paying out 450 Iris per. That means there's 150 plus multis in completely free-to-play Iris that I can farm up in here. Simple. Super simple. Now, one thing I do want to show you, and I'm going to kind of make this real quick, because this is kind of the side to this. As I said, like I said, there's unit upgrades here. If I just go to, we want to go to Adventurers. It also works for assists. Any unit gets these upgrades. But let's just grab Haruhime, because she's my most upgraded unit. Okay? And let's grab the Wind Haruhime, the most recent one, the one I was telling you guys that you need. She's so good. So at full max limit break, everything maxed out. It tells you in here her HP is 3576. Remember, 3576 is the number we're mostly looking at here. Also, her magic attack is 1768. So 3576 and 1768 with a 1003 agility. I'm going to try to remember those numbers, but I'm probably going to fail miserably. 3576, 1768, and 1003. Remember those numbers. Okay? If we go back over here to my team and my Haruhime on the teams that I've built, 3906. And once again, I want to emphasize, she's not maxed. She has so much more in her to get from the other units. So 3906 HP, 2349 magic attack, and 1105 agility. All three boards stack, and that's how those numbers happen. I know agility isn't a massive boost, but it is 100 more agility. So it pays big time to take advantage of this. Every single month, these shops reset. Take advantage, guys. I would not recommend selling all every single time. As I said, each and every single one of those bonds, if you do not have a unit that's level 76, each and every one of those bonds you can look at as 10 Iris. But in a situation like now, where we've got, free daily multis, just chilling, I'll have, 11 more units tomorrow for completely free. It pays right now to chill and to take advantage of that and go buy your CP items. Once again, shops, Sirius, and Dolb Exchange. Take advantage, guys. That's the video. Like, comment, share, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.